hello, hello. Welcome to the Mother Days podcast. Yeah.
I am
That's
Sarah
it.
Wright Olsen.
Oh, yeah. I'm Teresa. You probably know already. I'm Teresa Palmer.
That's true. We know it, girl.
Oh, God.
The light is so pretty on your face right now. I keep looking at you thinking like, oh, that's so beautiful. Like there's like leaves of trees or something sort of like
Flowing around.
dancing through the sunlight. Is that right?
I am in my office. I took inspiration from you, Sarah. You've got a separate space where you go and record.
Yes.
And it feels like,
helps
okay,
so much.
Mum is unavailable. I am in other building.
Yes.
So I can come in, I can lock the door, I can come in. Children can go to other adults in the house, like my mother or my husband. Yeah, it's really good. It feels nice. And there's a really pretty light. I can see the ocean I'm literally looking at the ocean right now.
That's so gorgeous.
I know.
I'm really excited to see your belly and hear about how you're feeling right now.
It's a big belly.
Let me
I'll
see
show
it.
you. I'll show
Let
you.
me see it. Oh my God.
Oh,
wow. Oh my gosh. Look at you.
It's a big belly.
It's so cute. Oh my goodness.
Well, by the time this comes out, I'll be 34 weeks, but I'm 33 weeks today.
Oh my gosh. So how does that feel? I mean, goodness, that's like you're really like getting close. You're getting so much closer.
I know.
Do you have all your babies at 39, 40 weeks or do you ever go over? I can't remember.
Well, they've been all over the shop, actually.
Yeah.
Bodhi was 38 plus 6.
Yeah.
Poet was 40 plus 2, but I had my water broken because I had the ISO immunization.
That's right.
So, but I had been having a lot of prodromal labor. So I reckon I reckon my babies, without any breaking of the waters, I reckon my babies like to bake. I think I'm going to go over 40 because Forrest was just we just let him do his thing because we didn't know about the ISO immunization issues at that time. And
you didn't know about it until the girls?
So Forrest pregnancy triggers the antibodies and then subsequent pregnancies it gets like stronger.
Wow.
So we kind of found out about it with Forrest, but my titers didn't do anything, which means my antibodies didn't do anything. They didn't rise up. And then they rose up quite a bit with both girls. So with Poet, they popped my water at 40 plus 2. But I reckon if they didn't do that, I reckon she would have been born around 40 plus 5 or 41 maybe. And then Prairie, they broke the water at 39 because her levels got to what's called critical levels.
Yeah.
Which was, it's like a numerical value. So 1 to 8, it's like 1, 2 dots and an 8. That starts to be in the critical range. And then she was actually at 132. So that was quite high. But again, because I have such a mild version of this, I probably didn't need to do that at 39 weeks, but I just erred on the side of caution. And also Mark was leaving a few days later. He had to go shoot a movie. So I was like, all right, let's get this show on the road.
Otherwise he would have been gone.
Yeah, well, he would have probably stayed for the birth and left the next day, which would have been wild. So this time round, I just had my titers done when I was 32 weeks. And very excitingly, like I said last time, there's just no action. I'm 1-to-1 right now, which is extremely low. And what I think it means is that this baby didn't inherit the antigen from Mark.
Yeah, which is great.
So my body's not reacting to this baby. And that's exciting because it's very liberating. And it means like, oh my gosh, I don't even have to worry about sort of those last few weeks. But I did find myself Googling last night, like, geriatric pregnancy, risk of stillbirth over 40 weeks.
I remember having that conversation with my doctor this time because I got to, 41 weeks, and she was like, how are you feeling? Like, how far do you want to go? I want to know where your head is at. And I remember thinking like, well, there's like definitely women out there who let it go until the baby comes, right?
Yeah.
And I would say that there's something about you and I, which I think is really funny, is that you and I are both very like hippie and earthy and natural everything. But we also know so much because we have like, this has been our passion for so long, right? That I find that sometimes you and I go a little bit more towards the middle where we're like, okay, so it's so funny because it's like we have all this information, and with the information, we're like, okay, I don't actually know if I feel comfortable going past 42 weeks very far, like especially being over 40. So for me, it's
I
like
feel the
how
same.
dilated am I? How much effaced am I? What's my station? Like, is my body already sort of going into gear? Like, and if I get past 42 weeks, like, why is this continuing on? Like, is baby, I know baby's big, So anyway, I think that's really funny because I think
we're
people
the same like that.
I think people would think that we would be like, oh, I'm just going to go. If it's 44 weeks or 45 weeks, we're going to do it.
Woo, just, I'm going to walk down to the creek and just birth my baby in the water there and just like whatevs, have my free birth, burn the cord of my placenta and like get back into bed again. I would like to be that way. In my head think I'm that way.
Yeah, and I know people like that. And I'm like, wow, I love it.
Cool. I know, and I've seen so many. I have actually watched births like in creeks and like the ocean births, and
I'm like, and I was like, I want to do that. Actually, I'm gonna get in the car and go to the hospital.
But it's so funny. I have chosen a midwife here in Byron who births with a lot of women who are much more hands off, like don't want any scans in pregnancy, don't want anything. Wow. And I keep sort of checking and being like, so do you think I should go for that scan now?
And she's like,
do you think, she was like, well, it's up to you. Do you feel like you want to have the scan? I was like,
yeah.
Can someone tell me that I should have the scan?
Can somebody just tell me to get the scan?
Yeah. And it's like, and then my iron infusion, it's like, do you feel like you want the iron infusion? I was like, feel like I probably should. Is the baby okay with low iron?
My God.
I'm the same way as that. Like, yes, I'm really excited about my home birth, but I'm also like, the moment anything feels at all, even like, I'm going to the hospital. Like, I am going to be that version of your clients. I'm like on the opposite end. Like, yes, I'm having a home birth. Yes, I'm going to set my birth pool up, looking over the ocean. I'm going to get all the things, but I'm also going to be probably asking you to check me and all those things that a lot of women don't want. Like, they're not going to want anyone up there checking. I'll be like, please check me. Is everything okay?
I can't tell you how many times I was checked so many times before I hit 41 weeks. And then, and it's because I asked for it. She's like, do you want me to? And I'm like, yes, and then it's like, yeah, please do. And then, once it was the day of, I was like, I want to be checked. Also, the scans, like I got so many scans early
NSTs.
on and then so many NSTs. Oh my gosh.
You got so many. Well, then because you were getting those, I asked my midwife team, like, so talk to me about NSTs. So when
she was like, we don't do that here.
They were like, we don't really do that. And I was like,
I had to do it twice a week.
Is that something I could opt in for?
You're like, I want to do it.
But it's so easy to go down the path, like especially on the internet, when it's like,
oh yeah,
I'm reading these beautiful birth stories. And I think I told you I'm finding it really hard to find fifth home birth stories.
Ooh.
I've I always find fourth. I can find fourth.
Yeah.
And then once I get into the fifth home birth, I'm not finding the right kind of thing that's like really putting me at ease or being
They
like,
didn't really
okay,
have time to write it.
Oh my God.
They had too many kids.
so many that I'm coming across are
What?
just ones that I'm not like relating to so much. Like a lot of it is, you know, they've birthed in a certain way because of like religious beliefs or you know, they'll transfer, they go to the hospital at a certain point and they have hospital births. And I'm like, okay, I'm really specifically looking for fifth birth, like home birth stories. And even better if it's like they're geriatric, even better. But I've been trying to like scour the internet. I've read a few. I've probably read like maybe 4. And then I've gone on Reddit and I've been reading Reddit ones. But then every now and then I'll stumble across like the home birth disaster story. And I'm like, I cannot fill my brain with this.
Yeah.
I need to not fill my brain with it. And then I think I told you I went down the like placenta abruption because like something came up in like People Mag about someone who passed away during labor recently. And I was like, how did they die?
You left me a voice memo the other day and you said something about placental abruption. And I was like, what did she read? Or like what came up that, because it's not even something we've ever really discussed. So I'm like, where did this come from? But
and then I've been like, I feel signs of placental abruption, enter.
Every pregnancy though, don't you feel like every pregnancy you get hung up on something? Like
there's always something.
Like for me, I've always gotten hung up on something. Like my first pregnancy, I could not stop thinking about stillbirth until I talked to someone about it. Because I was like, I read about this, you know, and then I was like, tell me about this. And they were just kind of like, okay, let's take it back a second and let's discuss it. You're 29 years old.
Where is this? Yeah. Last night I was doing statistics of stillbirth over age of, I just make myself 40 because I'm close enough. I'm 39. Anyway, so I was like over age of 40, fifth child. You know,
oh my God. You're just like your Google is exhausted. Your Google is like,
but something that was quite comforting, I have to say, is yes, there is a only slightly higher statistic of a stillbirth over the age of 40 in a healthy pregnancy versus a younger person over the age of 15 in a younger pregnancy. Okay, so like, yes, there's just a slight increase. Yeah. However, the majority of the actual increase with advanced maternal age and stillbirth seems to correlate with other issues that come from age, like, and sometimes complications like gestational diabetes and things like preeclampsia and you know, high BMI and like all these things that I'm reading. And I was like, okay, well, I definitely fall into the healthy pregnancy idea of this.
Exactly.
So that was kind of a comforting rabbit hole that I got down. And I was like, okay, I can just not think about that. And I've also just been hyper aware of movement. Like this baby's moving so much and really has its patterns.
Yes.
That I feel like I'm really clued into it, but it would probably bring me, like, I just like the idea of if I get into the sort of week 39, week 40, week 41, I think I would want to be doing what you were doing.
Yeah.
And just going and checking placenta. I just want to check placenta. I want to check amniotic fluid level.
Yeah.
I just want to see how that's all looking.
Well, they also bring you in, at least in America, but they bring you in and they do like a very quick, not thorough, but quick ultrasound to check your fluid before you do your NST, right? And so you're checking your fluids. I had a really great like idea of my fluid from the last like 5 weeks of my pregnancy. I could see where it was. And then also they really want to see movement, not just you feel it, but they want to see it. So they wait for that. They watch for it on the ultrasound. And so it was interesting. So I felt like I got to see the baby a lot. I was like, oh, but also right before I gave birth, I had an NST that morning, and the nurse joked like that her hand was up by her face, and I was just like, well, she better get that hand down, and
Oh
then
my
I was
God.
like, oh my God, she came out that way.
She definitely did not.
Yeah, but that's, but I think it does help if you're not doing those scans, if they don't offer that in your country. The checking the movements is so good and so important. It's just like for me, I was kind of like poking at her a lot because she was really like
a chill baby.
Yeah, she was chill. Whereas other babies were like boo 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 boo, but she would really only ramp up. Like there was like 2 times a day when she would go a little crazy.
Yeah, that's so funny. I feel like this baby's similar. It's having some action right now. But it always reacts to certain foods. Like yesterday, I made myself an extra chocolatey, icy Lovewell smoothie in the morning.
Yeah.
And what I put in it was a hazelnut spread, which is basically like putting Nutella in the smoothie. I'm like, I'm just going to add a bit more chocolate. And then I put heaps and heaps of ice in it, and I blended it up, and it was very cold, but it was also very, very sweet.
Delicious.
And then suddenly the baby was like, boom, 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 having a party in the belly.
Oh my gosh.
Which was so
love that.
cute. And I just washed, I think I told you I went to storage.
Yes.
In Adelaide, I had my baby sprinkle, which was just so divine.
Oh, so nice.
And everyone wrote these little cards out where they guessed the gender, they guessed the name, they guessed, and a few of my friends like already knew the name, so some of them got it right. And then people guessed like birth weight and date and, like things they want to share with the baby. We hope that baby gets mum's this. We hope that baby gets dad's this. And it was so cute. It was that was my favorite, like reading through everyone's guesses and stuff.
Oh, so
it was
cute.
That was really cute. And then I went through storage, and guys, I could dress 25 babies. The amount of clothes that I now have.
I want to guess the gender.
I know. I have to write it down on the little sheet from Sarah. Like, if you guess the gender, guess the weight, guess the birthday.
Great.
I'll send you
it. I already know the name.
Yeah, you already know the name. I'll send you the card, and maybe you can like put it in.
Yes, I'll do my own card.
Yeah, I'll like send you the a picture of it, and you can just like type it in or something. But yeah, it was really fun to go through storage and find stuff that I'd forgotten about, like all the baby clothes I'd forgotten about. But I did the same thing in America. So I got the baby clothes from storage in America, and I've now got the baby clothes in storage from Australia. And I have so many clothes. It's ridiculous. And of course I went and bought more.
Yeah.
So I have so much washing to do because it's got that real sort of stagnant, like smelly, been sitting around. Musty smell. So I've got heaps of washing to do. I've a million way more stuff than I thought I had. I also decided to not do cloth diapers this time. I found all my cloth now. I found like 60 of them in storage. And I FaceTime Mark, and I was like, should I? And he was like, no, we're not doing it. They were leaking. I think because after a certain point when they get really old, if maybe because we weren't washing them properly or something, there was usually leakage. So I've set them aside in case I change my mind. I know exactly where they are in storage, but I have so many. From like 2014.
I remember that like you had trouble putting pants on the kids because they The diapers were so big. They were like so hardy.
All the
and then
photos.
their like little legs were so little. And then we would like crack up because you would like try to clip a onesie over it, and it would just be like a balloon on the bottom and then this like little body. Oh my God.
Huge, bulky. Yeah. So I've got to find a nappy company here that kind of is something that I'm going to feel good about putting on their bodies. And I've just got to do a little bit more research there. But yeah, I feel pretty organized. I got so many amazing, beautiful things arriving in the mail this past week. I'm going to, I actually haven't opened any of the packages yet, but I'm going to do that over the next couple of days. And then I'll just sort of take an inventory and be like, all right, what else do I need? I think I've just need a nappy bin. That's it. I think that's the last thing.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
It's so exciting. Can you even believe it? Like it's all, you're going to have this little fresh baby in your arms so soon. I smell the top of Ocean's Head like every day, so many times a day. And I'm just like, I cannot believe that you're here.
I look at her photos all the time with the kids. Like we will sit down and just look at all of baby Ocean's photos and just her with the kids.
Yes.
Like all the photos you've sent me where they're like holding her and snuggling her and stuff. It's getting my kids so excited. Yeah. Like they're like, it's like reached a like high level fever pitch excitement over here.
Who do you think will be the most like attentive? Like who do you think's going to be your Esme who just keeps picking the baby up 18 times a minute? Like,
well, Forrest's reaction when I told him, I think I told you when I had the pregnancy loss, Forrest was the one that like held me and cried with me and just, he's got this beautiful sensitivity about him. And then when I told him I was pregnant, he burst into tears from joy, like just sobbed and cried. And it was the sweetest thing. And they're all going to be unbelievably like excited. All of them are showing such excitement. But Bodhi in particular is just like, he's got a calendar going, a countdown calendar.
Cute.
And I was like, but I know it's a countdown to the due date, but just so you know, it could be 2 extra weeks.
Yeah.
Like we don't know.
Does he have a date that he's picked that he's like, ooh, I hope it's this date?
I think the 17th because
ooh, cute.
He's the 17th. Ocean's the 17th.
I love that.
And Prairie's the 17th. So my due date is the 12th of September. But actually, to be honest, that's kind of a guess because I wasn't tracking my ovulation at all. Like I don't actually know when I ovulated. And as I've said before, we were having a lot of shebang bang that month.
That's true.
So for us, it really is a guess date. Like my midwives go by the period, but because my period is like all over the place, like sometimes it would come.
It wasn't consistent, right?
It wasn't. So that's why it's actually quite hard to know. I in my head, I'm like anywhere between, I think September 12th and like 22nd, September 22nd is kind of the bracket, I believe. But who knows? I think I messaged you this the other day. I had some really weird pinchy contractions this week.
Tell me about that.
And I've chalked it up to the pants I was wearing.
By the way, I had a thing like that too with the pants I was wearing that were too tight, and I was just like feeling weird feelings there, and I was just like, okay, I need to start wearing like looser, like just really comfortable loose clothing because this is messing with my head, you know?
It was like, because I was only 32 and a half weeks at the time, and I had this day, and I've really been doing a lot of sort of nesting and on my feet, like walking like 10,000 steps a day. So I have these 2 pairs of pants that I have been wearing religiously, but because I'm getting bigger and bigger, they're fine when I'm walking around, but when I sit down, it cuts in right where the baby's head is. Apparently the baby's head is quite far down already. And so I'm like, oh, it's putting pressure on the area where the baby's head is. So maybe the baby's head was getting pushed down onto the cervix because I had really bad lightning crotch that whole day. And lightning crotch, I should say, which is that sharp feeling you get in your cervix where it takes your breath away and you're like, ooh, it feels quite sharp. So I had that a lot. And then I started getting this very debilitating shooting pain in my right leg. And I get that pain whenever I am getting my period or the first day of my period, I have that leg pain. So I like Googled it, of course, and it says that the pain is often associated with like uterine contractions during period to shed your lining. And then you get the leg pain, which indicates you've been having uterine contractions. And I was like, oh my God, so maybe I was having some contractions that felt, and it was coming quite consistently. And there was a real pinch to them, which usually my Braxton Hicks, I don't feel anything. And then so I like just took those pants off and had like it just went back to normal. But I was like, oh, that's interesting. Is that what it was? Like it was like someone was pushing the baby's head down on the cervix and it was triggering my body to have those feelings.
I mean, it definitely could be. And if you weren't feeling it at all after that, then I would chalk it up to that. And you've been feeling the baby move and all those things. So
and that day I was really hyper conscious of the baby moving because I was like, this is just a different feeling. Like, let's be really hyper vigilant about the movement. But I want to hear, I mean, that's me, that's how I'm feeling, but I want to hear more about you're ahead of me in this process. You're in the postpartum stage. You're now 5 weeks postpartum. By the time this comes out, you'll be 6 weeks. Talk to me about the last couple of weeks and how it's shifted from the like very early newborn days.
I've yawned like 8 times during this, and I swear I'm like, I know it looks so rude, but I can't help it. But also, I'm getting a lot of sleep, so I feel there's a part of me that feels a little bit like I'm getting sick. You could kind of hear it in my voice a little bit. So I feel a little run down today. But the last couple weeks have been, oh gosh, I just thought about the baby and now I'm having a letdown.
So cute. Oh my God.
Let me make sure my nipple pads are in there. Hold on. Here's the nipple pad, by the way. I'm going to make sure it's in the right spot or my shirt's going to get wet.
Oh my God. And that will be so cute.
I have these little things, the reusable ones that you like wash in my bra all the time, but they move around a lot. So like sometimes I'll have it and then I'll look down and it'll be like right here and then my whole shirt will be wet. And I'm like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
That's so silly. So the last time we had a solo, my family was in Idaho and I was maybe going to go visit them. And then I did get to go visit them, which was amazing. We went with our friends to Idaho and I spent like 5 days there with my friends and with the kids and Eric and then our extended family as well. And it was so nice. I just like basically moved my first 40 days postpartum body from one location to another location and then just continued doing my thing. And we live on in a community where they have like golf carts and stuff. So my kids were on bikes every day and I just ended up like putting the baby in a carrier and then just me and my little golf cart following everybody that was in bicycles around. And I didn't venture out really beyond that, but I went to like follow them to the clubhouse or to the, activity center or to the coffee shop or something. And that was really nice. It is the most
magical. I would want to live there forever if I were you guys. Like
so
it is
good.
The house is just so as an Australian, like it's so like American feeling. It's like cozy and like wintry and it's like the most beautiful home. And then the view, the view is
crazy.
It's this unlike anything I've ever seen before. It's just like rolling hills and greenery and just, it's so beautiful.
We were definitely blessed because we went on this walk, the boardwalk. Remember the boardwalk that we took you on?
I love it.
And then this crazy storm came in and we all got rained on. Do you remember that?
Yes. And do you remember when Wyatt hated thunderstorms as well?
Yes. Oh my gosh. And you had this stroller and we were like running back from the pond.
4-month-old or 3-month-old.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God. You did. You had like a 3 or 4-month-old. Oh my gosh. Because Mark hadn't made it yet, right?
He was with Isaac still. Yeah. And he met up. That was baby Poet. And she had her first laugh at your house.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It was so stinking cute.
So cute.
Well, we got really lucky because we went on that boardwalk for a walk one evening as the sun was going down, and we were like, oh, we should just like venture out and show them this like area back here. And we're like chatting and walking, and like the kids are all like on the boardwalk talking about the scenery, and we pass these trees and then boom, there's like 3 moose right there. And I was like, oh my God. And everybody's kind of like, oh, let's be very delicate as we keep walking on this very exposed boardwalk. And so they just like watched us walk, but everybody was in awe because we were like, what? This is crazy.
Oh my God.
And we walk maybe another like 5 minutes and boom, there's 2 more on the other side of the boardwalk. Yeah, it was so cool. So
nice.
We got to see these like gorgeous moose, and the kids went down where my nephew River was fishing, and so they got to see him like catch a fish, and then they all looked at it and then released it, and like it was really cute. And then Eric took our friend to our friend and her kids to the creek, and he was like, let's all jump in the creek, and he was like, you go first. And so she went first. I didn't go because it was like too crazy to go with the baby, but he's like, you go first, and then all the kids will be like following it after you, show them how it's done. It's like 35 degrees in this creek, and she like jumps in, and then she was like hyperventilating, like, oh my God, I can't, help, I can't breathe.
Did anyone go in after her?
Yes, my kids, of course, went in after her. My Esme was like jumping in and out of it like 15 times.
That's like Forrest. It'd be like that.
But it was so sweet. And it was just so nice to like get to do that and then just be there with the baby and be around everyone. And I was so grateful that I got to
I want to hear
experience.
Who's been like in your family. So Esme's the mummy. She's like, I'm
totally. She's very like obsessed with it, you know. But she's good at it. Like the only thing that I feel bad about is that I'm constantly giving her reminders. Like I don't want her to like walk away with the baby and like walk, you know, down the hallway or whatever. Like she wants it to feel very natural because it is very natural to her. Like she can pick the baby up and hold the baby just fine. But I am still in the place in postpartum where I have intrusive thoughts about me tripping and falling, or me like stubbing my toe as I walk. Like I'm so hyper aware as I walk around holding her, just because it's like, you know, when they're newborns, and she's a dumpling, like a huge dumpling, but when they're new, they can't really hold themselves up. So they kind of are like squished like jelly like spine in your arms. And so you really have to be careful. Like if you move your hand away and they jump, they're going to like lunge backwards, you know, off of you. Right. So you really have to like hold them so tight against you. And so it's a mix between like allowing her enough space to like enjoy being able to pick the baby up and hold the baby and to calm. She's great at calming the baby. If she gets like a little fussy, she can like pick her up and just kind of do like this and the baby calms down. She doesn't get very fussy. And I'm like, I do kind of feel like it's this first 40 days, like being chill thing.
Yeah, that's
I have to say, like this simple, I keep thinking about it and I'm like, you know, the the vibe that we're putting out here is like everything is going sort of revolving around you, the baby. And like, you know, everything I keep telling my kids, like it all has to be really you know, like the transitions for a baby are hard. So you want it to move at their pace. And you can see like they look around and they look slowly and they move their head and it's slow. And like the only thing that's fast is their like reflex, right? Of like
Oh,
the
it's so
moral
cute. The
reflex when
Moro
their
reflex.
arms go when their arms go up.
Oh.
But, you know, when I'm like picking her up, I do it slowly. I don't just like pick her up
Yank
fast, you
her.
know? And
Yeah,
like,
yes.
And then like when I'm going to put her down, I'm like telling her about putting her down and I leave my hand on her belly for a second and then release it. And then she's calm. But if I just like take her and lay her down, she's like, wah! You know, she like makes a noise and she's like, that was a lot for me, you know?
Totally.
And so I think that's where I'm at to answer your question stage wise is that, you know, it's so new and they're so sleepy at the very, very beginning. And then it starts, you notice it starts to transition that they sleep a little bit longer at night, even if it's like 30 minutes to an hour longer than they had before. She's 5 weeks and she's sleeping somewhere between 3 to 6 hours stretches, depending on just like how it is. I don't really pay that much attention. I'll check my phone. And if she's a little bit more awake, I do stuff to try to keep myself from nodding off, nodding off at night, you know, but like, that so far has been going really well. And, she's smiling now, which is really cute. Oh
my God. You need to send me a video.
I know. The smile is so cute. So I tell the kids, I'm like, focus in, get about this far away from her. I'm like, make eye contact with her and really look into her like blue eyes. And then just say like, hi, Ocean, how are you? And just wait and let her respond. And they're like, respond? And I'm like, yeah, let her respond. And I was like, just give her a beat. Her response might be like a facial movement, a movement of the eyes. She might make a squawk. She might do something. She might smile. You never know. And so they do that. And then she smiles at them, which is so cute. And then I'm like, ask her a question like, are you having a good day? And then she'll like look at you and she might start to smile or make it. But it's interesting if you wait for the baby to respond, whatever that response is, if it's like any of those things that I just mentioned, they do something. And then you start to build your language with them, which is, you know, very much like reading each other.
Oh my
and I
gosh,
think
that's so special for the kids.
Oh, and I love that part of newborns is like when you're really starting to anticipate what it is that they need and then you're developing your like language of noticing things and seeing their responses, you know. It's very cool.
Oh my gosh, like heaven.
Heaven.
There's nothing like it. I love the end weeks of pregnancy and the beginning of postpartum. Like that is my like favorite time. I just love it so much. That's
so
really
special.
Exciting.
All those like little naps in the bed. I think the mornings are really sweet because a lot of times like a baby's attention span is stronger in the morning, right when they first wake up. And so if you like give them a minute right when they first wake up to like look around and take it in and then you're talking to them, then they look back at you and they really give you a lot of focused attention, which is
my goodness,
really sweet
it's
at the
so
beginning.
Nice. I was telling Prairie this morning because the girls run in around the same time every day, which is about 6:30. And they hop into bed with us and snuggle with us in the mornings. And I was saying to Prairie, she was like, hello, baby, hello. She was rubbing my tummy. And the baby really responds to the kids' voices. And I was like, Prairie, do you know in like 2 months from now, you'll be running into this bed and then I'll be handing you this little tiny baby and you can just lie in this position with this baby on you. And she, like her little bald hand, she started getting so excited. She was having like cute aggression. She was like they're just so elated and they're so excited. It's really so special. I feel so grateful to be given this opportunity again. You know, I've had so many opportunities like to be pregnant and to have healthy pregnancies, and I really don't take it for granted.
Same. Oh
I remind myself all the time, I'm so blessed. I'm so grateful. I'm so lucky. All the things, you know, it just is not lost on me how grateful I am and what a privilege.
I know. I think about that all the time too. And while I was pregnant too, and I kept thinking like, oh my gosh, I'm going to miss this. I'm going to miss this, like this mystery time, this time in which you can't stop thinking about what are they going to look like? What are they going to smell like? And how is it going to feel? And what's the birth going to be like, you know? And I think back to those moments and like, I don't know, it's just so special. I'm so glad that, you know, to have had that experience again. And then, you know, and now I'm in this postpartum period where I'm like, it's funny when you're in postpartum, you immediately are like trying to figure out what's comfortable, like clothing wise, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're in PJs a lot. And then you're in this weird in between where you're like, okay, I'm going to put on some of my pregnancy stuff, but it fits a little different. And then you're like, so what do I wear now? You know?
Yeah. So what have you been wearing? You've been wearing lots of floaty dresses. They look beautiful.
Floaty dresses. And I have a couple pairs of jeans that, well, my only clothes that I have are clothes that I've gotten post-fire, right?
That's right.
Post-fire are
you were pregnant anyway.
All pregnant clothes. Yeah. So like, I mean, they're not pregnancy clothes, but they're pregnancy sizes, right?
Yes.
So I have like, you know, some pairs of jeans that sort of fit, but then I'm like, shouldn't this fit better? Like it doesn't. But I'm saying that because it's a funny place because you start to feel a little bit more normal, but you don't fit normally into your stuff. So then you're like, wait, I feel normal a little bit like more mentally, but then physically I look at my body and I'm like, you know, or feel my body in my pants or in my shirt or my bra, and your boobs get so big, right? So then you're like looking at your boobs every day in your shirt and you're just like, wow, that looks different. Like not what I expected.
Yes. That's that's such a good point. And I think people don't think about that as much.
No.
You just kind of, you're in it, you're pregnant, and then you're not pregnant. You're like, oh, hang on. Well, these pregnancy jeans like don't fully fit anymore because my belly's not that big. But then my regular jeans don't fit. Last night I did a big overhaul of my closet because the house that we're staying in at the moment, we're hoping to buy a house. Not hoping. We are buying a house. Manifest,
you're buying
baby.
A house.
We're buying a house. We should be in our new house in January. But the home that we're in at the moment that we've been in since January this year, it has the girls share a bedroom, Bodhi has a bedroom, Forrest has a bedroom, my mum has a little guest house, and then it has this like office art studio, which we've also turned into like a little guest house. But there's not another bedroom to set up a nursery or anything. And not that my baby would use a nursery, to be honest. Like, in fact, I've hardly ever used nurseries. In fact, I've never had a nursery. What am I talking about? I've never actually had like a dedicated room that's a nursery. I always just have like a corner of my room because the baby sleeps with me for so long. But in this house, there's like drawers, 3 drawers.
Yeah.
And I was like going through all these baby clothes, realizing that 3 drawers I don't think is going to cut it. Like I need more space. And so I went through my closet last night and I've rearranged everything. And I actually, like to your point, I was looking at all my jeans and all my little tiny cutoff shorts and stuff. And I was like, I'm just going to put those guys away. Like I'm not expecting to get into any of, and I have so many of them. So I folded everything up and I like put it up in a very high cupboard because I know I'm just not going to need that for so long.
Yeah.
And I left out all the pants that have the stretchy elastic and the kind of oversized shirts and the floaty dresses and the stuff that I know that I'll be able to wear. And I'm not going to have these clothes just sitting there taunting me, looking at me, being like, you can't fit into me yet. I was like, I'm just putting it away. And also now I have more space to fold baby blankets and burp cloths and all the things that I'm doing, which is actually such a cute and fun, exciting process.
I held up a pair of pants that were an old size of mine that I had or someone had given me. And an old size meaning like 3 sizes ago from what I am now, you know?
Yeah.
And I held them up the other day because I pulled them out and I was like, what are these? And I like hold them up and I'm looking at them and I'm like, how is this ever? And I'm like holding it up to one side of my body and the other side of my body. And I'm like, of course I wouldn't be dumb enough to try to put it on. I just like was holding it up like, wait, this doesn't even like compute, you know? And I'm just like, oh my God.
I know. I've such a funny pants from when I was so teeny tiny, like size 25 or 24 waist. And they're in boxes in storage as if like one day I'm like, maybe one day I'm just going to whip out those leather pants again. I'm going to chuck them on my little size 24s.
Yeah,
I'm like,
no. No, I remember like getting rid of like there was a size that I was for so long, somewhere in between like the first 2 kids, you know, I had become this like size. And that size, then after my 3rd kid, I couldn't even get back into that size. So then I graduated to the next size.
You gave me some jeans, which I can't fit into, by the way.
I graduated to this next size. And then I was like, okay, this is great. But then now that's the size 3 sizes ago that I look back on and I'm like, yeah, I don't know how that was happening.
Yeah, I know. It's so funny. Yeah, you gave me like 20 pairs of pants last year.
Yeah,
and they became my pants. And I was like, oh. And then they're the ones I had to put away. I've put them away. Because I'm like, I'm just not going to. I'm not even going to try.
Like, there's so many elastic waist pants out there that are so great. The pants I'm obsessed with, by the way, I just have to say this. Is it Nagnata? Is that how you say it?
That's my
Nagnata?
friend.
That's your friend. Okay, I was like, I wonder why they reached out to me. Okay.
Yes.
She makes
Laura.
a jean. Well, first of all, she's done activewear forever, and I've always been a fan of the brand. Like, huge fan. I love their activewear. But I got this pair of jeans from them. It is the softest denim. It's so beautiful. It's unbelievably flattering. They're amazing. I'm upset. They don't even button yet, and I'm still wearing them. I'm like folding it down.
They actually just had a new drop. I've been wearing their pants nonstop in pregnancy, and then also this unbelievably gorgeous sweater, which is so high quality, and it's like one of those fluffy, cozy ones. But I was telling Laura, who owns Nagnata, I was like, Laura, somehow you've managed to do the fluffy, gorgeous jumper, but no fluff comes off onto other people's clothes, which is always like the embarrassing thing when you wear one of those cozy things.
Sorry.
There's just fluff on people's clothes everywhere.
It's like I'm walking around. I'm a husky. I'm like hugging everyone and I'm just shedding all over them.
She's my friend I told you gave birth here in the middle of the cyclone. So she's...
Oh my gosh, stop.
So she's got her baby Aurora. And we had the most amazing manifest night the other night.
Oh, that's so
I've got
cool.
This gorgeous group of girlfriends. And actually, you would have seen one of my other very, very good girlfriends here, Jess Gomes. She's a Australian model, like unbelievably beautiful, like so natural. She's 40. She's like the most gorgeous thing. Anyway, she's their model, like Nagnata's like current model with the long dark hair. Like she's just so gorgeous. Anyway, so I had all the girls over for a manifest night on Sunday and we did a cacao ceremony. I had Rowie, who's also got the best brand, Rowie.
I love that brand. Yeah.
That brand's so good. So Rowie's our neighbor. She's Bodhi Sunshine's mum. So Sunshine and Rain, our 2 boys. So she came over and my friend Mietta and Chrissy and we had this beautiful group of women. Oh, and you know who else came was Amber and Hillary, the twin transmissions, the manifest experts.
Oh, that's so fun.
It was so fun.
Okay.
So they were there, and then we all did vision boarding. We did a cacao ceremony. My friend Abigail O'Neill, who's the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. By the way, she's like over 50. She's the most stunning, gorgeous woman who is just, I mean, she's modeled her whole life. She's a grandmother. There's no one. Mark is like, that is one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen. She is so gorgeous. And she's got
I need a photo.
You've got to see her, Abigail O'Neill. And she's got this gorgeous way about her. She's so gentle and like spiritual and earthy. Anyway, she led this cacao ceremony and made the cacao, and we all passed it around to each other. And it was so healing and so beautiful. I had 2 other friends there too, Keita and
Gorgeous.
Gemma. Yeah, and everyone just was so high vibes. And then we talked about manifesting. We called in so many beautiful things, and everyone pasted in their imagery, and we all had boards. My friend Rowie actually brought a lot of like flowers and greenery from her garden that she cut.
Nice.
We could add to the boards, which was so interesting. I've never done that, like really grounding it back to the earth. And then Laura May, who owns Nagnata, she brought Aurora. So then we got to have this little baby.
The baby?
In the energy of this like beautiful space.
How
where
old
everyone's
is the
calling
baby
these
now?
things in.
Couple months?
She's 3. I think she's 3 months.
3
or maybe
months?
she's 11 weeks.
Oh my gosh.
So she's going to be my friend who also has a baby here in Byron that we can walk around together.
That's nice.
And she's also married to, well, her partner, not married. Her partner is a foreigner. I was like, great, this is perfect. Like,
perfect.
I've got the foreigner partner. You've got the foreigner partner. We're both going to have babies.
I love it.
It's so nice. And my other friend Steph, who's gorgeous, came too. So it was like this beautiful group of women. And I just felt grateful. I was like, I talked about wanting to find my community here. And I'm looking around and I'm like, all these like-minded, inspiring women, like some of them are business owners, some of them are doing like really deep spiritual work. Like everyone was very inspiring to me. So we had just a gorgeous night. And I actually read a few things from our Daisy Dream Circle from our script that Sarah and I wrote for our Daisy Dream Circle, which we'll have to do another one, Sarah.
I think we should do one for birth. I think we should do one to like prep for your birth, like we were talking about. So we should pick a time.
That is such a good idea.
I think we should pick a day in August before your either August or the very beginning of September before you give birth, so that we can like do a whole prep thing. But I think that would be amazing.
That sounds so good. Oh, you guys, well, slip into the DMs if that's something of interest. And we love you guys. Love a solo.
Love you.
Love my little catch-ups with you, Sarah.
The best. Same girl. All right, guys, you've been listening to The Mother Days. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Bye, Daisy.
Bye, Daisies.